But this is what we're here for, driving experience, except, where turn signals, where did they go? Come on, buttons, really? Don't worry, Hansshow to the rescue. The turn signal, not only turn signal, mini screen. Look at that little mini screen there, and bonus gear shifter. Hey everyone, another Highland Model 3 that has ditched those buttons. Well, all right, we don't ditch the buttons, but we don't have to use them anymore. Check it out. Look at this. Oh, ooh. So we're going to do the usual unboxing, look at the different features of the mini screen, obviously the stalks. We've got a shift lever, full install, and pay attention to this install because the other ones that I've seen, they tell you to go up like through the dash and so. I'm not sure even how they do that. I don't think you're going to be able to do it either. Well, I show you how to do it without going through that dash. And then we show these stalks in action. Finally, we've got a solution that they put back in the Juniper, okay? If these buttons are so great, why did they take them out of the Juniper and put a stalk back in there? All the links are below, as well as the discount code. The discount code Tesla Mark works at all the best places, will save you the most amount of money. All right, let's check it out. Here they are, check them out, the stalks. Oh, turn signals, unbelievable. The mini screen, shift lever. Finally back in action. All right, right off the bat, let's just kind of feel these out. You know, it's complaining I don't have the brake press, but you know, turn signals. This is really what I'm looking for. So they do this thing where to cancel it, you don't go up, because as soon as you go up or down, it just does, you know, left and right. To cancel it, you got to go down again. You know, okay. I don't remember my old stalks doing that, but maybe they did. I just forgot. I don't know. All right, feels good. So let's take this out for a drive. So I've got the brake pressed, up for reverse, down for drive. And if you want park, you hold it down and you've got park. You know, so is this like 100% necessary over here, this right stalk to change gears? You know, I don't know. You've got right there, you know, your swipe action, although the swipe action kind of, it's just weird. It's strange. It seems weird to take your hand off here. You know, I'm used to doing it here with I had a 2018 with stalks, and I was used to doing it here. I would like to have the button here maybe for park. Although, you know, a lot of times I don't hit anything for park. I don't touch the screen. I don't do anything for park. The car's stopped. I just open the door and the car goes into park. So is that really like necessary? No, really that button's not necessary. So here's what I would have liked to see. The stalks, you know, obviously they remove these two buttons, and yeah, these two buttons still work. What would have been great is this, like the bright. If you were able to pull this back, because remember, that's what we were used to. You pull this back and you get brights. That would have been fantastic. I was really hoping for that, but no. And then, you know, also over here, if we're going to put this in for park, reverse, neutral, drive, let's put some wiper action on there. I don't know, you know, why not? Right now, those are probably the only two downsides I see, is that they could have added more features to it. Otherwise, yeah, I like it. All right, let's take it for a drive though and see what happens. Okay, in reverse. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh man, oh, I'm loving this. Oh. Oh my God. You know, there's nothing mechanical about the stalks anymore, how the turn signals work, I should say. It's just you know, an electrical signal to turn them on and off. So it's, you know, when you change lanes, when you take a corner, as soon as you're done with the corner, you know, the car knows it, the Tesla knows it, and just turns the turn signal off. So the stalk is doing nothing but basically replicating that button, what that button does. I'm taking a curve here. Normally I wouldn't use a turn signal, but now it's just like so much easier to do. I'm just going to use a turn signal on a curve. Yeah, unfortunate. Oh, no, oh, it canceled that. Wow, look at that, guys. Yeah, I'm just going to use my signal so much more. Oh, lane change. Yeah, turn signal. Going back, yeah, turn signal. You know, and what I'm learning here after using these signals here multiple times is that, you know, at first I was kind of pressing them harder than they needed to be pressed. You know, obviously they don't need to be pressed hard. It's just like a little lever thing here. I love this already. Oh, geez. It's just like right there, right there. To me, it's just like so much better. I don't know. All right, let's change the settings here because, you know, America. All right, so we hold the right scroll wheel to the left, 3 seconds, and now we are in the menu. So let's push down, change that to 12 hour, scroll down to the next one, push in, get miles, push in Fahrenheit. Okay, and then to exit, I think I do this again to get out. All right, so check this out. I'm trying not to get too much reflection in here, but you can see what we've got. Battery charge level, although it's showing miles instead of percent. You know what, that might be okay because I've got percent here. So now I've got both, you know, I can look down here, see miles, and then look up there to see percent. You know, time, temp, date, park, reverse, neutral, drive. I think it does the lights. If you've got your brights on, you've got your odometer. Also, yeah, we can see it changed to speed instead of park, reverse, neutral, drive. Cool. Now, instead of like looking over here to see the speed, it's just kind of right in your eye line. That is nice. Yeah, the display is small, but look at it's pretty sharp. Actually, it's very sharp. It's a pretty sunny day, and it's definitely bright enough. Yeah, looks good. Nice mini display. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, all right, fish line, nice, good to have. Oh yeah, Stalks are back. Sweet. Okay. Feels good. Feels good. They look fine. You know, this is pretty much matching every other kind of plastic finish that we've got on the steering column and wheel. This is our little screen here, which just does the basics as, you know, I'm sure you know already. All right, and then we got a plug coming out of the back, and this is for the Highland 3. It also works for the Juniper. Ah, nice electric tape for the fish line. Pry bar, gotta have one of those. And then we got the standard power signal cord. And, oh, I thought it was 2 pieces, but it's not. All right, so yeah, this works for Highland and looks like 2 different processors. Yeah, this works for a couple different processors, couple different cars, so that's why we've got all of these. But we're really just going to be using this and 1 set of these, and then this is going to plug back in here. So this is going to go all the way from you know, the screen to the footwell on the passenger side. So all right, let's get this sucker on the car. Can't wait. This is a little bit weird, like it's easier to kind of squeeze the bottom and then you can get your fingernails and under there. On the other side, I squeeze the bottom and kind of push this in a spot that opened up and pushed it up. It's kind of a weird thing. There is no adhesive on this. This just pulls right up. Yeah, these are from Yeslack. Oh, should take this off first. Normally there's a push pin in there. Take that out. This just comes out. Now, normally without this Bluetooth thing, you would plug right into here, but you know, like a lot of these accessories, they give you another pass-through, so we can just add on to there. Same thing, you would use this for power, but since I've got an accessory, we're gonna use this one here for power, and there's a pass-through, and this is for something else on the car, so we wanna plug that back in. So let's do that. Okay, plug in here. Yeah, so this is a little confusing because this says like Model Y Highland, Y Highland. Highland is generally Model 3 Highland, so I thought maybe this was Model Y and Highland, but this is not correct. It will fit in here, all right, which is a little deceiving because you could try to like put this in there. You can maybe tell that it's a little bit too small, and if you do mash that in there, you're going to mess up some of the pins. There are 5 pins across there, and this is only for 4. I've got a Model 3 Highland. It's actually a Performance Model 3 2024, and I'm using this AMD power plug here. And I would count the plugs. You know, there's 5 plugs here. There's 5 pins here across, 10 total. So I would use it that way. Figure it out that way. And this one like fits real snug. And then we plug this back in, the pass through. All right, and what I like to do when putting any of these screens in my car, really any of these things, is before I start running these cords. All right, and what I like to do when putting any of these screens in my car, really any of these things, is before I start running these cords underneath the dash and that, I plug it in to make sure that it works. So boom. Check that out. Oh, pretty slick. And next, once we get it in, we'll figure out how to change everything. But I gotta say that display looks pretty sharp. Nice. Okay, it works. So let's get back to doing the install. All right, to get the cable now to run from here all the way to there, they tell you to take the dash off, but I don't really see that that's the easiest option, because to go from here to where they're saying in the center, that's not like a small run. I don't know how to run it through there, you know, without like a super secret ops fish line. So I'm gonna go under here and maybe through there. So here, all right, to get through here, we just pull this panel off, and I broke mine before, so that's why it's a little bit like this, you know? So don't get too rough with this thing. So there are a couple different ways to go. We could go like up through there or down through here. This is a super easy path. So let me see which way I am going to run this cable. Most likely down here. All right, so I pulled, this is the driver's side, obviously. Pulled it off. I had to kind of get under there, like under here, like with this hook, and basically pull it out. It's a pain with the pedals here, so I got it out, I think, far enough, and I'm gonna run the fish line through there. Yeah, I didn't even have to run the fish line. You just you could almost reach your hand all the way through there. So anyway, we've got this through, and now I'm going to tuck the cord, the remaining cord, like up in there. All right, push this panel back in, and there's still, like, you know, it's not super tight, so I've got some slack to pull the cord, and basically there's a lot of room in here for now. This panel pops down real easy. Just gonna pull it down a little bit, tuck this cord up here. All right, so in order to get the cable run up here, what I did was run this fish line right next to this existing cable here that runs to the steering wheel, and I was able to fish it down to that spot right there. So now I'm going to tie the end of this cable to there and pull it through. All right, let's take this off the fish line here and then plug it in. All right, let's plug the screen in, and then I'm going to pull some of the slack from down there out of here. We could probably get away with just tucking it all in here, but I don't want to stuff too much in here. I don't want to interfere with the steering wheel moving, you know, front and back. Okay, this is basically made just like that panel that we took out, so it actually clips in way easier than it comes out. Same thing on this side. Okay, Wow. Whoa. All right. Let's clean a little cabling up and then we'll take a look at this. All right, let's get this back in. Okay, so these have a couple of tabs that fit into slots right in there. So just pay attention to that. Make sure all of these are lined up. Push pin back in there. And down. Put this back in. Oh, that back in yet. This guy, just kind of look and see what we got going on there. We got to focus on this one. And then line these tabs up.